Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Emma and this is Dandelion Cottage. In today's video, I'm going to do a quick comparison on some of these white shirts that we can use for sublimation. The two brands that I'm going to compare on the 50/50 is going to be the Gildan Dry Blend and the Jersey Dry Power. Now both of these are 50% cotton and 50% polyester. As far as their feel, I feel like they're both definitely more the dry feel. I guess the best way to describe it is kind of a little bit scratchy. I'm sure that once you wash these a few times, that will go away a little bit, but compared to our softer styles, these are definitely got a more, what's the word I'm looking for? Scratchy material. But they're not horrible by any means, and they work fine. Now, these both can sublimate. However, keep in mind they're only 50% polyester, and the higher the count of polyester, the more bright your sublimation prints are going to be. So just keep in mind that when you press these, they're just not going to be as bright as your 100% counts. Now, the two of these, if I am comparing the feel, I would say they are right in line with each other. The Gildan Dry Blend, maybe a little bit more scratchy than the Jersey Dry Power, but not by much at all. Now let's compare. I decided to get a piece of blue paper to kind of show you how see-through they can be. Now keep in mind, anytime you have cotton in a shirt, it's going to be less see-through than 100% polyester. Polyester to me just seems super thin. That's why a lot of people don't like it. But depending on the style of shirt that I'm doing is how I pick if I'm going to do 100% polyester or a different type of shirt. Because if it's just one image, then I want to make sure that I use a thicker style looking shirt so that it's not so see-through. If I choose a different polyester that's a little bit thinner, then I'm going to make sure that I'm going to use a different type of style, such as like our tie-dye styles, such as this one, where it's got color all over it. Then I typically will use, I'll typically do a higher count, a little bit more see-through material, just because you've got more coverage. Okay, so looking at these two, hopefully we can see from this video the see-through with a blue piece of paper. Now, I would say both of these are about the same. So out of the two, I think they're both great shirts, and they're actually priced very similar. They're about $2 a piece. And that's on either Clothingshoponline, or you can also go to Jiffy Shirts. There's a few different others, but those are the ones that I use. And again, the prices are gonna fluctuate based on the need and demand and how many you buy. So if you buy a whole bunch, then your price is gonna be a little bit less than if you buy one or two shirts here and there. So let's put these ones to the side and let's move on to our 100% polyesters. Now, I haven't tried every single shirt out there, but these are the ones I've tried, and they all work fine. And I've used, sorry, I have lint on one of these, it's driving me nuts. I've used all of them and I'm happy with all of them. They all serve different purposes. Now, probably my favorite is going to be this top one. Now it does not have a brand, and people keep asking me, what is it that you use? And I'm like, I don't know. All I know is that I get this at Hobby Lobby. It's got a price tag on it that says, like a sticker price tag that will say $10.99. But Hobby Lobby's shirts are always 30% off. But this is a no-name brand. Now Hobby Lobby also sells Next Level. So this is not the Next Level brand. This is just a generic shirt. So let me just show you what it looks like. That is what the tag looks like. There is nowhere on that tag that says what brand of shirt this is. So that's why I assume that it's like the Hobby Lobby brand. But I love this shirt. It is so soft. Like, out of all of the shirts I've ever gotten, seriously the softest shirt, and out of all of them, the thickest. It's definitely gonna be a little see-through still, but nothing compared to these next two. So this next one is your Gildan Performance. Again, 100% polyester, but it definitely is thinner. And I'll do the blue thing here in just a second. Definitely thinner. I would probably not sell this shirt with one image because it is very see-through. On the men, I will use this shirt because men typically don't mind if their shirts are a little bit see-through. But for my women orders, I typically will not use this shirt. I will always go with my Hobby Lobby brand. This next one I just started using. It's called Sublivi. I know one of my followers said it was Subluve, but I'm not quite sure how to say it, but it's Sublivi. I think it's not a newer brand, but newer to the website that I follow. And this one is definitely the thinnest, I feel, of all of them for sure, and the smallest. So I'm comparing all mediums, and we'll lay them out so that you can compare them side by side to see the size. But this Sublivi is so much smaller. So like their small is an extra small. Their medium is a small, you know, like, and it's very interesting because it's women's sizing, and the Gildan is unisex, and it's still like so much smaller. So just keep in mind, if you're gonna order the Sublivi, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but if you're gonna order this brand, make sure that you size up 1 to 2 sizes. But then also keep in mind that it is very see-through. So, but it does press well, like with the sublimation, it presses well, it looks really good. So if you're gonna do a shirt that's full color, you got lots of images all over, or even doing the tie-dye with your SEI sprays, this shirt's gonna be great for that, and it's really thin, so it doesn't get super hot. Whereas I feel like the Hobby Lobby brand might be a little too thick for a shirt that's like this one, like I was showing you before. I feel like it would be a little too thick. So it's just really your preference. The main reason that I use these Hobby Lobby shirts is for the shirts that just have one bright, beautiful design on it. Here is one. You see how bright and beautiful that image shows up, and it's beautiful, and my customers rave about this brand. I wish I could tell you what brand it was, but generic Hobby Lobby brand is what I'm going to tell you it is. If anybody out there knows anywhere else that sells this shirt, please let us all know. Leave it in the comments below, because I would love to be able to order this shirt instead of have to go into Hobby Lobby every few weeks to pick some up. Okay, so let's do the see-through test. I'm gonna put a piece of glue in all 3 of these, and then I'll put the camera down a little bit so that you can see. Okay, so here's the first one. This is the one that I think is the most see-through. Compared to the 50/50 brands, definitely a lot more see-through than them. This one is going to be, and that was Sublivi, this one's gonna be the Gildan Performance. Still very see-through, as you can see. You can even see my hand. Definitely see-through, but like I said, the reason I really like these shirts is they're not hot at all, so they're very breathable. But I don't like people to like see my bra straps and stuff like that, so unless I'm doing a full coverage or, you know, some cool design on these shirts, I typically don't like these for me, but they definitely work for the men's shirts. And then last, let's look at this Hobby Lobby generic brand, and oh my goodness, you can barely see it. Which I think this is like a typical white shirt. So I know you can still see the blue just a little bit under there, but nothing like these other shirts. I mean, those are so see-through, and you can see like the holes. And this one is just so thick, so soft. I love it. Like, I kind of hate that I'm telling you guys this trade secret, because you're gonna go take all the shirts from me. But at the same time, I'm paying it forward, and I wanted to share with you what I know, and I love them. So the last thing I want to do is compare sizes, at least on these last 3. I don't have the smaller sizes of the 50/50 brands, so I am just going to compare the size of the Sublivi, the generic brand and the Gildan. So let's lay down the Gildan first. I'm gonna lay it here, and don't worry, I'll change the angle of my camera so that you guys can see. And what we're looking at is length, and I'm sure, you know, we can measure as well, but I'm a visual person, I like to see. So laying down the Gildan Performance, and then I'm gonna lay down this Sublimation. Now these are both mediums, and you're gonna be surprised with how tiny this Sublimation is. It's like, I swear it should be for children, but it says women's, so there you go. So hopefully you can see right there, already your sleeves are much tinier, not just in length, but also in width. So if you've got really skinny arms or your customer's got skinny arms, this sure is not gonna work. You're gonna have to size up. And keep in mind, the Gildan brand is unisex. So sometimes you feel like those ones might be kind of big and you would sometimes size down. So really keep in mind that you are comparing a medium Sublimation to a medium Gildan. Okay, so that's the sleeves. Hopefully you can see that there. I mean, crazy, right? Both mediums. Then you're gonna look at the length. There you have it, like a lot shorter. So I know I've said it enough, but just in case, make something very clear, size up when you're ordering the Sublimation. Okay, last but not least, let's compare sizes to the generic brand. And I'm gonna just lay this one right on top. Oh, and the one thing I did want to mention, so stretchy, this generic brand. Like, it's just movable, it's so soft. And these ones definitely are too, but nothing like this one. So I just love this one. Okay, I'm gonna lay this one down right on top. We're gonna compare. Again, these are both mediums. Okay, so as far as width, they're about the same width. And sleeve size, almost identical. I feel like the generic brand might be slightly smaller, but keep in mind it's very stretchable, so that's not gonna be a big deal. Neck size looks to be about the same. I definitely like the hem on these better, and I'll show you up close. But let's look at the length. It is slightly shorter, but not by much, just slightly shorter. So really your Gildan brand is probably gonna be your truest to size. The other ones are gonna run just a teeny bit smaller, but with the generic brand, it's stretchage, so it's fine. If I wouldn't size down, but I wouldn't size up either. I would stay right, you know, true to size on this generic brand. Okay, now let me just show you a close-up on the collars, because I love the hem, the collars on this generic brand. So here's your typical collar on most of your white shirts. And then here is the generic brand's collar. I just feel like it just looks so much more finished and pretty. Just a really great t-shirt for women. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope that you learned something new. I really hope that this helps you when you go to pick your next white shirt to use for sublimation purposes. If you have any questions or any feedback, please leave them in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thanks so much, you guys. Until next time, bye.